Hey guys, what's up? Desert Armory and more here. Grab a pen, YouTube. What's up, folks? What's up? What's up? What's up? Was I hanging? How's it going, folks? Let's turn our fan on here. Push that right up on us. Hey, George, what's up? Welcome. How are you doing? How's your dad doing? Hey, Eastern Washington, welcome. Double tap that screen, folks. Appreciate it. What's weird is it shows nobody's here, but you two are here. Ah, there it goes. It refreshed. Now it shows two. Hey, Waloho, welcome. Welcome, welcome. How's y'all's evening going? Or day or night, wherever you're at. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, George. We will pin that comment. Thank you. 1, 2, 3 of you in the chat. It shows 2. That's weird. That's fine, I guess. How's y'all doing today? It was drizzly almost all day. Good, but smoky out. Oh, is there a fire around? My day was okay. And you? Today was great. I put in a porcelain tub with claws on it, like cast iron claws. Routed the plumbing for it. Had to go to the plumbing store 3 times for that and some other plumbing stuff. So other than that, it was pretty good. And it rained all day, pretty much, where I was working. My day, well, going a little better than yesterday. Okay. How's your dad doing, George? I know we were thinking about him, praying about him. I know you said he got hit by a vehicle, so just curious how he's been doing. Several fires in the country. Gotcha. Yep. It's another, it's a cooler one today. Let's see, when I was coming back from the job from Bisbee up to my house, he was saying 67, 66 in the van. So I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool outside, I'd say. Yeah. Well, at least I'm not dead. Yeah, true that. In Canada, there are a lot also. Oh, fires. There was one up by us by one of the mountains here, but it might have been a controlled fire because I've heard nothing about it. And it wasn't, I don't think, lightning because we're super wet right now because of our monsoons. So, yeah, not really sure what that all was about. But yeah, those who are just joining the chat, this is Desert Armory and More. Thanks for coming by. There was a few requests made yesterday, and so we put those on the counter here and more. So someone asked for my TTI Canic, TTI Combat right there. Someone asked for all my ammo that's kind of more rare and harder to find. So we stuck that down. And then someone asked for the Saturday fly-by-night guns. So I put those 2 that I have on the counter. And then I put a whole bunch of my old little revolvers. Although those 2 aren't quite very small. There was 2 more. Let's see. Last month I was on the top of a mountain and I could see a fire that's 100 kilometers away. It was intimidating. Okay. Yeah, I was on a mountain on Monday, because I went on that long hike to, what do you call it? Yeah, we went on a long hike on Labor Day, me and some friends. Yeah, fires, they're no joke. Yeah, they're no joke. There we go. I could have probably put that down without turning the camera because it's just ammo, but just to play it safe. I forgot about a couple others that were a little more rare, but you still can find them. They're just hard to. But yeah. Then the other thing that was asked for is, I thought I had an H&R revolver, but it ended up being an H&A, a Hopkins and Allen's. Hey, what's up? Mango's not in yet. Nope. Oh, he's streaming right now? Okay. What are the bullets? Okay, so we got multiple here. Someone asked, I think it was Paul. Yeah, it was Paul asked, what ammos do I have that are like rare or stuff like that? So let me get my pen out. So here's a normal 22. That one beside it is called, let me get my paper out here. The one beside it is called a Winchester automatic. It was only made for the model 1903. It's just barely smaller. Whoop, there goes one of them. Than a 22 rimfire. Not today, folks. Nope, no single action armies out today. Welcome, by the way, Francis Guerrero. Welcome. So that one's called a 22 Winchester automatic. This one here is called a, let's see, which one was that one? It's very similar to a 22 Magnum, but it's shorter. Let me pick that back up. So the one beside it is a 22 Mag, but it's shorter than a 22 Mag, so I don't really know what that one is. Yeah, I have one. It's a Colt copy. Both of these are 22 rimfire, sorry, 25 rimfire. Stevens, that's a short, that's a long. These two are 32 Colt longs. That's a 22 Hornet. These two are 38 Smith & Wesson shorts. That's a French 9mm rimfire. This is a 9mm rimfire shotgun shell. This is a 41 Colt. This thing's a 3840. This one is a 17 HMR, but look at this one next to it. It's very similar. It's called a 5mm Remington Mag. They made that from 1969 to 1974. Cimarron. It's made by Cimarron, Francesco. And then this one is a Stevens single shot 2520, not to be confused with the Winchester centerfire 2520. And then we got the 3220. We got 38 long Colt, 38 short Colt. These two you can still get fairly easily. 32 Smith & Wesson long, 38 Smith & Wesson. So those are kind of some of my oddball rounds that I have. Another one I guess that's kind of rare is what that gun is sitting right here. It's a 300 Savage. They're kind of hard to find, the ammo for that. But anywho, let's see here. You can find it here and there, but it's just kind of hard to find. Let's see here. We go ahead and put a box of that. Yeah, it's a Cimarron, Francisco. It's a case hardened. Never heard. Phone's messing up here. Never heard of a 38 short Colt. Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh? So I was able to find those for a gun that I'm trying to convert to something of that sort. It's an interesting cartridge. Originally, it would have shot a. Why is this thing shutting off already? There we go. Originally, it would have shot a 9mm Flowbert. Let's see here. Willoho, you just redacted a message. I forget what it said. I'm sorry, I didn't get to see it. But yeah, the 300 Savage is a pretty rare round. It's kind of hard to find. This one right here. I think only one company still makes it. Not Remington. That's an old box. Hornady Super Performance makes it. I'm going to buy a Pieta, but I'm not sure if I want nickel or not. So mine is blued and case hardened. It's really nice. It's got the nice wood stock. It's got like a 3-pound trigger on it or less from factory. Pieta is a pretty good one. Pieta and Cimarron are pretty good. What's the other ones out there? There's like 2 or 3. There's like 2 others maybe. I forget exactly. My gun with the rarest round. Oh, is your Kirkano? Yeah, that would be. Honestly, my 5.77 Schneider is rare too, but I don't actually have an ammo made of that yet. I don't really like case hardened, and most are like that. Mine is case hardened, but it's not like overly done. It's beautiful. But guys, if you're new to the chat, this is Desert Armory and More. If you like this type of stuff, could you double tap that screen and subscribe? We've got all sorts of stuff strewn about the room. If you like this type of stuff, double tap that screen and subscribe. Maybe like double barrels. There's a whole bunch of double barrels. Most of those, except the top one, is pre-1899. Got a 5.77 Schneider in the corner, 2 shotguns we're working on, an AK there. Let's see, my AR got moved. That's not supposed to be over there, but it'll chill there for now. AK's over there. We got a lot of guns inside there. We got a few military ones leaning against the wall here. We got an old 10 gauge lever action right there. Winchester model 1901, made in 1901. The 2 Colts and a someone wanted to see the 357 Magnum a couple days ago, but I wasn't able to get to it. So I have it now. And then we got these old lever actions over here. We got a sniper in the corner. You love double barrels. Me too, especially the exposed hammers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 10 gauge, 12, 12, 12, 16. And then we're working on 2 in the corner there. And there's 1 in pieces right here we're working on too. Yes, sir. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like them a lot. A lot. Yeah, if you like this type of stuff, double tap that screen. We appreciate it. And subscribe. We've got lots of shorts. I repair guns just for the fun of it. The old double barrels. And then I've worked on a couple of these. Like this one right here is a 22. And it needs some timing done with it. I fixed the hammer. Let's see here. This one right here is a cheapy Larson Saturday fly-by-night thingy. That one needs a little bit more work on the feed ramp because it keeps jamming stuff. Hey, welcome, Ken. The side-by-sides are art. Yeah, they are. I've got one in here that's a 10 gauge side-by-side made in 1960. It's a Beretta. That's my nicest shotgun. And most expensive too. But all these are just old ones. I like the double barrels. I shoot the brass loads in them and load them myself. Where are you at, Francisco? Are you in Mexico? You're drooling. I know, right? Need a hanky? Yeah, I really like my lever actions and I like my double barrels. Spain. Okay, gotcha. What are the gun laws over there? They're pretty hard to get one. Hey, Tactical Llama. What's up, brother? You know the drill. Double tap that screen. If you like what you see, you like what we talk about. The subject today was, what's your rarest caliber? Someone asked if I could put all my rare calibers and oddball stuff on the table. That was Paul Witt. So we did. It's doing great so far, Llama. We just got on about 13 minutes ago. When you hopping on, or are you taking a break tonight? I thought about doing that. We'll see. But yeah, if you guys like this type of stuff, we appreciate you coming by. But yeah, we do shorts of talking about guns, guns themselves, lives of talking about guns, showing them. Can't touch them though. Thank you. I do shorts of hiking, shorts of shooting, all sorts of stuff. Shorts of my handyman work. Welcome, Mark. How are you doing? From Ontario. Welcome, welcome. Hard enough to make the average Spaniard believe we can't have them at all. That's crazy because French guns were like a big thing. That's sad. Yeah, welcome, Mark. Thank you. Probably chilling. The birthday live was a lot of fun last night. Yeah, I hopped in for a little while. Well, you probably remember me over there. It seemed like it was pretty cool. Yeah, I really like the vibe. Hey, thanks for that subscription, whoever just gave it to us. I like the vibe that you and your wife have. That's pretty cool. Seems like you get along very well, at least on the camera. Who knows about it off screen, right? Guys, there's 48 of you in the chat. Thank you so much for coming by. We've got 501 subscriptions. Double tap that screen, folks, if you like this type of stuff. Maybe you like military stuff. Maybe you like sniper long range. Yeah, I know, right? Maybe you like lever actions. Or maybe you like a AR or a tactical shotgun or just an air gun that's PCP. Maybe you like some other old shotguns in the corner I'm working on. Or maybe you like double barrel shotguns. Maybe you like those. She can hear you and say, aw. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, you guys seem like you got a good vibe. I'm still trying to find mine. Hey, thanks for the subscription. Someone gave us another one. Appreciate that. So we ended last night at 511. Our subs, or 513 was it? 513. And it went down to 499 through the night. And then last night someone subscribed, or was it earlier this morning? Hey, we got another one. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. So it'd be nice if we can get a little more. I was hoping once they got taken away, we'd still be at 500. We were one away from it. You know, the, what do you call those? The bots and all that stuff. Or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, somebody requested my 357 Magnum the other day. And I wasn't able to get to it because it was in my van. I couldn't find the keys, but I got it open, so brought that out. Someone wanted to see that. Hopefully they show up. Be nice if they do. But yeah, I decided to put out all my little pocket pistol revolvers that are from late 1800s, early 1900s. I think only one of those is not. I think this one right here is not pre 1899. The rest are, I believe, of the revolvers. These two aren't, obviously. Those are those Saturday fly-by-night. Someone wanted to see the two I had, so those are them. Those little throwaway guns. Some people say they don't want to admit they have them. Which ones? They're not too bad. Like, this one is, it looks like a Smith & Wesson, but it's actually not. It's a, I think it's an Allens and Hopkins, or Hopkins and Allens. That one's an Ivor Johnson. That one's an Ivor Johnson. This one, it's called a Norwich Arms. It's in 32 rimfire. This one's Hopkins and Allens. That one, I don't remember. I don't think it has a brand on it. I think that one could be an H&R. It just says 32 Smith & Wesson Cartridge on it. And this one's pretty much identical. It's just worn a lot more. And that one's pretty much a wall hanger. The cylinder's way too loose on it. Unless I do some timing work on it or something. That one might just be a wall hanger with the hex barrel. Then these two are just, that one's a Jennings 25, which is a better of the Saturday Fly-By-Nights made by Braco. And this is one of the worst ones. Lorson. Do not ever buy a Lorson. I just got it for the fun of it. And then we got our Canon TTI Combat. We got this lever action. That's a Model 99 Savage in a 300 Savage. Hey, Lisa, welcome. How are you doing, fellow Arizonian? We got our two Colts here. That one there is a 3220. That one there is a 32 Smith & Wesson Long. Then we got a 357 Magnum. And it is a Black Hawk, the new model, so it can handle those high power rounds. So yeah, and then we got all our goodies around the corner, which I showed a little bit ago. My farthest biggest caliber would be the 338 Lapua right there. But yeah, if you like this stuff, double tap that screen, subscribe. Hey, thank you. Someone subscribed. We were 504, now we're 505. Really appreciate that. Maybe you want to hear the voice behind the screen here. So, sorry, my hair's a little messy. Just got back from work. Haven't been able to... There we go. How's that, guys? Welcome to Desert Armory More. If you're new to this, appreciate you stopping by. We really appreciate people supporting the 2A content. I know some countries don't have it, like Francisco over there said Spain doesn't. A lot of other people doesn't. Let's see. Is 45 Colt hard to shoot on a single action? I mean, that's all what mine is. It's single action. But yeah, if you like this type of stuff, double tap the screen. We appreciate you coming by. Desert Army and More. We do shooting. We do lives. We do shooting and shorts. And then we do the shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my work stuff. I'm a handyman. This is my own business, J. Gronald Repair. And Jerome is my name. So I got back from work, about an hour ago. I got home about right before 5, so a little over an hour. But yeah, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen, not the spring, the screen, and subscribe. Thank you. Hey, we got a subscription. 506. Thank you so much. Let's see. I mean, the recoil, is it bad? No. Especially if you put, what do you call those thingies? Cowboy loads in them? So I have multiple loads of mine. I have some that are just like really, really strong, that are too powerful. Thank you for the subscription. Normally I run just plain old, a little bit hotter than cowboy rounds, which are less powerful than a 9 millimeter. What's going on? Micah Young, welcome. Not a whole bunch. We're talking about guns. How about you? What do you got? Do you have a gun? What's your rarest caliber? The question was asked yesterday if I could put all my calibers that are more rare on the table, so we have done that. Yeah, cowboy loads are less than a 9 millimeter. I'd say they're like the same as a 38 special. For rare ammo, I have a. Oh, you have a Snyder. Okay. See, I have a Snyder too. Okay, so you also have the Martini, 9x19 rimmed. That's very similar to this, right there, but it's a French round. It's a 9 millimeter rimmed. 43 Spanish, 4 Arsaka, 53 and 65. Okay, 6555. Is that a Swiss? But yeah, I have a Schneider too, but I don't have any ammo made for it yet. Otherwise, I would have put it there. We'll see. Sometime soon, we need to get that made. But that would be a rare one I have too. But unfortunately, I don't actually have a one finished proper length. Sweet. Okay. What's the 6553? I know what a 6552. That's a Carcano, isn't it? Yeah, those Arasakos, they are kind of hard to find. Definitely the Spanishes, and those the 577s, both of those are, yeah, they're hard to find. They're rare. It's pretty much like this cartridge here. It's like finding hen's teeth. Those are black powder loaded 2520 Stevens single action. Swedish and Argentina. Okay. I'm back. Welcome. And what is the pistol in the gun case? That is a TTI Canic Combat. Somebody requested it. They said something about, do you have a TTI C? And so I figured they meant that. What even is a 43 Spanish? I know, right? It's that rare. You don't even know what it is. It's like, I don't even know what that is. 9 millimeter French rimfire, right? Some people were saying, well, I didn't even know they made those, a 38 short Colt. That's nice. Yeah, that's my nicest semi-automatic pistol. I have 3 shorts on it. 2 of me shooting it. Or is it 3 of me shooting it? No, just 2. I only posted 2. And then I think I have no, I don't even have one of me examining it in a short. Hey, thanks for the subscription, whoever just did that. That was nice of you. Excuse me. And then 300 Savage is a really hard ammo to find. Remington doesn't make it anymore. Once in a while, you might be able to find a box here and there that someone's come up with. The only brand that actually carries it all the time is Hornady Super Performance. And that's what I have the most of. Reload it. Yeah, I could. Because it's just a 30 caliber. I plan on loading that probably if I would shoot it a lot. Which is actually what that gun is right there. That's a 300 Savage. Hey, thanks for the subscription. It's a Savage, Model 99, 300 Savage. I wish it was the 303 British. I think they made that one in. That would be really neat. Get an SRO on that TTI for 99, right? What's an SRO? Unfortunately, I don't know what that is. 12 gauge? Yeah. Right here. We got some old double barrels. Welcome, Little Trouble. I like the name, by the way. Welcome to the chat, RG. Are you the one we accidentally called Rug the other day? In the other chat last night? So I have some 12 gauges there. A Trigitarn. Yes, I actually have... Welcome, Alberto. Bienvenidos, Alberto Sanchez. Gracias para vienen. So I'm actually putting these on. I need to get the plates for them. They're kind of hard to find the plates for the Vipers. Yeah, those are old. Small gun in the box. Name, I need one now. Oh, in the box? That's actually a full size. That's a Canic. Welcome, Liz. Tank, Family Gaming. You're welcome, you're welcome. Puedes hacer algo arribada como se la pulúcelas. And Liz, I brought your Saturday night fly-by-night 2 pistols I own. Those right there are the 2 you're asking me if I could show. Oh, no, I can't. I wasn't 100% sure what he was asking. I know some Spanish, but not a lot. So let's see here. Is that good? How's that sound? Fue el sonido rico, ¿verdad, hermano? Hey, gracias para la... esto. Hey, una otra. Gracias. Yeah, they're pretty old. All those shotguns, but the top one are pre-1899. Optic cut. They are optic cut. SRO. I could be. Can't move. I got a little pup on my chest. Sorry. I meant the second gun in the case. Second gun. I don't. Oh, on the case? The rifle? There's only one gun in a case on this. I already have those right there, so I'm not going to go spend money on some whole bunch more when I have those there. That'd be a waste because I got those for a really good deal. Those are $300 something optics, and I got them for $120 a piece, brand new. So I'm not going to be putting something else on, unfortunately. Well, I don't want to waste money. Inside the case, small black gun. Oh, that's not a gun. That is a toolkit. So the bottom of that opens up and slides out, and in there is extra screws, and on the tip is like a little is like a little driver where it has little bits that fit in there so you can take down your guns. So it has like its own storage for extra screws and whatnot. Just restored a 1986 Colt pocket pistol. Oh, those are nice. I have a friend who has a 32 Colt that's like around that age or a little bit older, semi-automatic. Double action, single action revolvers, and 9mm. Is that what you have? Nice. Thanks. Yeah, that's what those mostly are. That's single action. These two Colts are double. That's a single. It's called the triple safety police. That's double. That's double. That I think that's only single. That's double. I believe that's only single. That's double, and that's double. And then these are semi-automatics. You don't need a safe in USA to get a gun. It depends which state you live in. California, you do. Or buy the proper. If you buy a safe, it has to be California approved. If you have children, it needs to be locked up all the time. It just depends where you live. Yeah, that's what it's called, a handgun toolkit. It looks pretty cool, right? It's really cute. But yeah, the subject today was, what is your rarest cartridge? Someone asked if I could put all my rare cartridges on the table. So that is what we did. Hey, welcome Raging Bull, and beyond. Yeah, right. California was, yeah, right, no longer. Dude, I lived there 12 years. I moved there in 2012 from Arizona. I was there till 2024, just last December, and now I'm back in Arizona again. Way better. You can get all sorts of stuff. You can get stuff shipped to your house. You can get ammo to your house. Antique guns shipped to your house. If you have a CNR, you can get stuff shipped to it. Eventually, I'll get one. Hey, thanks for the subscription. Someone just gave us one. Appreciate that. Not sure when it went. Yeah, I did stay there a long time. Hey, welcome Ultra Fire. How's it going, brother? It's because I have a brother there and a sister in California, which sister's moving back to Arizona this month. The other brother, he's still staying there. What brand are the Saturday Night Specials? Okay, so this one here, the one with wood handles and stainless, that's a Jennings made by Braco. That's the best. I'd say one of the best Saturday fly-by-nights. Someone was saying, well, it's probably a Friday because it's a little better. And then this one's the worst one. Never get a Lorson. Arizona is one of the best with gun laws. Right. Yes. Texas, I would say, is the best. I did a search one time on YouTube. And then, yeah. Arizona, I'm trying to think. Hey, someone just gave us a subscription. Thank you. I'm trying to think what restrictions Arizona has, because we have, like, constitutional carry, so we can carry in our pocket, outside, whatever. Thank you. Yes, Corey. Welcome, Corey Merrill. Thank you for coming to the chat. Double tap the screen if you could. Helps with the algorithm. Someone just gave us another subscription right here. Thank you. That is a Savage. It's a Model 99 chambered in the more rare 300 Savage. It's not the 250 2000 or whatever they call it. You're going to order one? Okay. Hey, what would Ryan say? A buddy of mine got an M1 Garand. I think it was a late war. Still looks beautiful. Nice. Good for you. Raging Bullets, dang bros, see you done gained some subscribers since the last time I was in here. Yep, we got a few of them last night. I'd love to have any amount of carry, even if our property isn't legal. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a Jennings. This one's a Jennings. Hey, welcome, Braden Hunter. How's it going? Georgia is also a constitutional carry. Yep, there's actually quite a bit of states that are. Hey, someone just subscribed. Thank you. We could carry it wherever, unless they have signs that say not to. Like I think the theater has a sign out, and I don't carry one in the bank. That's just to me a little bit intimidating feeling. You're good. How about me? I'm doing great. We had a job installing a porcelain tub on claw feet today, and it was pretty heavy. Constitutional carry means that you could carry it in your pocket or outside, wherever you want, really. There's the one I was talking about, the 250 3000. Yes, those are excellent cartridges. Have been used instead of developing the 7.62x51. Yep. Yeah, it's actually a very similar to 308, the 300, because it's a 30 caliber. The cartridge just didn't take off like the 308 did. They have a pink red one. Should I get one? Jennings? That's up to you. Yeah, they do. Someone changed the handles on mine. They changed those to some wood. Welcome, ASN Mr. Space Nut. Real Man Appendix carrier loaded. Hey, I have one, but I don't carry it. I never did anyways. It's just too big. I like a smaller gun. But now that they have that problem, yeah, I don't carry it anyways. Yeah, right? Real man. I guess I'm not a real man, huh? Let me see. Do I look like a real man? Do I look like I carry a P320 appendix? Yeah. All right. You won't be a man for long, though. Yeah, no joke, bro. Boing! Wise choice. Yeah, mine is inside the cabinet here. I shoot it off and on. I really like it. Mine doesn't seem to have that issue. Thanks for the subscription, guys. J8 Industries 9mm. Which one? Mike, yeah, Hey, welcome, David Maxwell. Thanks for coming by. Hey, Pat, double tap that screen, would ya? Help with the algorithms. And if you guys aren't subscribed, we've been getting some more. I appreciate that, guys. Means a lot. You look cartoon levels of America. You just need a cap. You want one? Let me go get my cap. I'll be right back. All right. I don't know what you mean about the JA Industries. Not sure. Subbed and like. Thank you so much. All right. How's that look, folks? People say I look like Prince Harry, by the way. That's what they say. I don't know. I got a lot of people that say I look like Prince Harry. Hey, Creeker77. Welcome to the chat. Definitely manly. Yep. Thank you so much for coming by. Greetings from Wyoming. Nice. Never been to Wyoming. How's it going over there, by the way? Definitely manly. Yep. New to your channel. 10-shot shooter. Thank you so much for coming by. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen. And it looks like we got some subscriptions, too. David Maxwell. Thanks for coming in the house. Paradise in Toyland. Right? Yeah, these are not toys. They're adult toys. In a good way. Sorry, that didn't sound very good. That gun I found was a JA Industries 9mm. I thought it was Jennings. Different gun, probably. Can I make a suggestion to make the content pop? Prism Live Studio would let you know scrolling text and pictures, videos. I have no idea what that is, brother, unfortunately. Then he great debate 10mm on 45. Which one would I choose? A 45 ACP or a 10mm? 45 ACP. In a 1911. Oh, you want to see those double barrels that were behind me? You saw that, huh? How you like them apples? Oh, shotgun. Sorry. So that's a 10 gauge on the bottom, made by H.J. Sterling. This one here, right there, is a F. Williams 12 gauge. That's a 10 gauge. We're still working on that one. These ones fire. That one fires. This one's a H.J. Sterling as well. This one is American Arms. This, all the way to the bottom, is pre-1899. And then this is a more modern, made in the 70s or 80s, 16 gauge. It's a Stava made in Yugoslavia. It's an M75, I believe. Francisco, it depends. It depends what you buy and where you get them from, and if you shop around. And yeah, David, same. 45 ACP, 1911, over a 10. No, obviously, yeah. It's an app. It's a third-party YouTube, Google Prism Live when your stream is done. Almost 3 a.m. in UK. Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming by. 3 a.m. in UK. I have 2 other buddies from UK. Another one on here. He's not in here yet. He might be shortly. I think he was doing a live himself. Mango in Tahiti. And another one, he hasn't been in here in a while, is called Mr. Bean or Ben. Ben Mr. Bean or Ben Bean or something. Any Berettas? I have one Beretta. It's a 10 gauge double barrel shotgun. It's inside that safe. I've got some shorts of it, of me shooting it. If you want to see it, it is on my shorts. If you want to see that, those are nice. I have. Have you seen the influx of drillings that need some help? Lots of sours for around $2,000. What type of sours? Like 6 hours? ESO as legal? Not sure what you're asking, Omar, but yes, these are all legal. Es legal, sí, verdad, es claro. En Estados Unidos todo es legal. Wooden stock, double barrel, average price. It depends if you get one that needs work. Thanks for the subscriptions, by the way. If you get one that needs work, you could probably get one for, that's fairly beat up, 150, 200 buckaroos. And then if you got one that's functional, probably 250 to 300 on up from there. Thanks for the subscriptions. Well, it just depends where you get them. Like this one here, I got at a swap meet without the hammers for 120 buckaroos. And it's totally functional. I just need to find hammers somewhere, which took me a while. Now this is the 30-30 here. Welcome, Freddie T. Yes, they are pretty loud. They kick pretty good too. So my 10 gauge, it's a newer one. It's a 1960 Beretta Silverhawk. That was not cheap. Yes, that would be neat. An over-under with a rifle. What's his name has one. Welcome, Chris. I'm going to do some dove hunting. Last Monday just started, and it's till the 15th of this month here in Arizona. And so I might do some Saturday. If not, I might do either the mid dove hunt or the late dove season here in Arizona. I think the late, though, is only Eurasian collar dove. But yeah, there's a guy, Bullseye Ben. He has a side-by-side with a 30-06 below it. Yeah, Berettas are never cheap. Cheapest double barrel in Spain is 770 euros. Blech. I love the content, but the government watches for this content also. Everybody does, brother. Hi, everyone. I'm from San Augustine, Florida. Welcome from Florida. How are you doing, Mr. Mark? Major Marco, ¿qué pasó? How are you doing? Have any 300 WSM? I do not. I have a 300 Savage there. That's the only thing I have in 300, I believe. Hi, everyone. Yeah, welcome, by the way. Double tap that screen. If you like this stuff, subscribe. This is our subscription counter. I'm recovering from major heart surgery. Oh, sorry about that, brother. Welcome, Casey S. Yes, sir, I've seen that, actually. Combination guns are wonderful things. Yeah, they're cool. Thanks for coming by, Mark and Casey. Have not seen you in here. Jeff, how are you doing? Tampa, Florida. I'm doing great. Hopefully sunny Florida is still sunny, is it? Jefferson, welcome. Brian, welcome to the chat as well. Thank you for coming by. A whole bunch of new guys and people in here. Thank you for coming by. Double tap that screen if you like this type of stuff. And subscribe. We'd really like it. Donny Debor, thank you for coming by. Great pistols. Thank you. Most of those, let's see, I think 2 of those are not functional. Excuse me. This one is too loose to fire, so I wouldn't want to shoot it. This one's missing the timing stuff, but all the rest would shoot. This one, though, I don't have ammo for. It's a 32 rimfire. Absolutely sunny. Yeah, no joke. And then we got a couple over here as well. I just decided to take out a lot of my older wheel guns, as well as a 357 mag someone requested for the other day. So yeah, I take requests. So maybe you wanna ask me, hey, do you have this gun? And I'll be like, yes, I do. You want to see it next live? And so then I'll put it on the table the next day. We start at 6 p.m. Arizona time. So yesterday's request were, could you please put your cheapy Saturday fly-by-night guns, those are these 2. The other request was, can you put all your old ammo types or rare on the table? So we did that. The other one was, if you had an H&R revolvers, which I think that one is, and this one. And then someone asked for my TTI Canuck, so we did that too. Okay, thanks for coming by, Ryan. Thank you. Scotty and Sabrina Donaldson. Hello from Columbus, Georgia. Welcome. How are you? Personally, my race, not sure. Not sure what you're talking about there, brother. Oh, Rarest, 25-06. They kind of are. They're like that middle stepchild that, just get a 308, just get a 270, right? So yeah, it didn't really take off. Kind of like the 300 Savage, which is what this is and what that gun is. It just didn't take off. Do you have a Colt Army Special? I do not have. They are police positives. They're not a Colt Army Special. So these 2 here are Colts. That one is chambered in the 3220. That one's chambered in the 32 Smith & Wesson Long. They're both Colts, both original finish. That one's in very good shape for its original. They're both police guns. Those are the only Colts I own. But yeah, these are like a lot of my more rare rounds. I mean, you can still buy like some of these, but there's others that it's like, no, they're so hard to find. They're like finding hen's teeth. Let's see. What do you think of this error with the P320 that has been noticed recently? Error of the gunner or the person or handling it? So there's definitely something wrong with a certain amount of guns. I believe there was a quality control fitment issue with a certain batch or batches, and I believe some do go off when they shouldn't. Some could be negligence. I wouldn't doubt it, because that happens with every gun. If you're not smart enough or you do something dumb. But going off while a person's moving around trying to capture, like say a police officer, and it goes off beside his leg, that's totally nothing. I mean, it's just there. Desert Storm 9mm. I know what 9mm is, obviously. My rarest 9mm would be that one right there. It's a French 9mm rimfire. And then this one's a shotgun shell 9mm rimfire. I can find 16 gauge shotgun shells. You know where I might. You can't. So I have a 16 gauge shotgun right there. I got my 16 gauge from my local gun store. It's like a little mom and pop. Actually, that one closed down, but my other shop has them too. I got a recommendation of not to. I got a recommendation on what not to do. About what? Hey, Christopher Lewis, thank you for subscribing to me this morning. It made me back up to 500. I can't remember if I subbed back to you. I don't think I could find you. Possibly. Desert Storm meet a Beretta 9mm? Possibly. M9? It could be. The M9s are nice. Or the 92s. The 92FS, I think, or FR. Thought about getting one of those. Okay, is that what it means? Okay. Well, that would kind of make sense, but I do not have a Beretta pistol. The only Beretta I have is, what do you call it? my double barrel 10 gauge shotgun. That's a made in 1960. It's a Silverhawk 10 gauge. You're welcome. I don't have a YouTube channel yet. Okay, so yeah, I don't remember if I went back and tried to find you. I know some people, you can't find their handles all the time. Like right now, thankfully it has the little top fans, but sometimes that little top fan's crown in the corner doesn't come up. A Beretta 96. Nice. Okay. Yeah, guys, I appreciate the subscriptions. We just got one right now while I was saying that. Thank you so much. It means a lot to the 2A community. Double tap that screen if you like this type of stuff. Maybe you've got questions of something on the table or something you saw around the corner. Target doesn't carry. Walmart doesn't carry. Pawn shop doesn't have any. Did you try Ammo Seek online? And if you're a state that you can have ammo shipped to you, try that. Forgot about my 257 Roberts. That's a rare one. Or those set 455 Wibblies, I think they're called. Wonder if that's a sign that I have too many. Probably. I have so many too. Now, some of those on the counter I can shoot, and some of them I can't. Probably half of them or more I can. Or that should write them down. Yeah, I think I'll go with writing them down. There you go. Mainly off grid. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for whoever just subscribed. We got one more. How are you doing mainly off grid? And if you do shooting, what is your rarest caliber? Or maybe you collect calibers. What's your rarest one? That's the question for the night. Someone requested me to put some of my rare calibers, so we did. We put our rare calibers on the table. Good looking stuff. Thank you. Yeah, especially the ammo. By the way, that's mine. You can't have any of it, unfortunately. You know, it's hard to find 8mm Mauser. Not where I'm at. I can find it pretty easily. What's really hard to find, actually, let me go over here. I'm not touching the gun, YouTube. Just touching the bullets. This actually is not 8mm Mauser. It's actually this. That's hard to find. 7.92. This is what is shot in the really old Mausers from Turkey, which I have one right there. It does shoot the 8mm no problem, because I did some measurements and it's just so close. You don't have any rear ammo, but I do have a lot of ammo. Good for you. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's a rare caliber, but I have a 410 handgun. That was my great grandpa's. Nice. I could see why people would say that's rare, because it's hard to find. Thanks for the subscription. Someone just gave us one. 410's a little hard to find. 16's a little hard to find too. But yeah, check Ammo Seek for 16 gauge. Let's see. I have a 410 right here. It's an Ivor Johnson single shot. It's probably made in like 1910, something like that. I think I got it for like 150 buckaroos at a gun store. Let's see. Do you have any rare? Let's see. I got some place to get some 20 or 16 gauge. Okay, yeah. Made some blank homemade. Yeah, I do a lot of homemade shotguns, because these old shotguns behind me, I use those brass and then load them myself with large pistol. What do you call it? Large pistol primers. Thank you. I appreciate it. I see 410 in Academy all the time. Yeah. It just depends where you're at. Like, and then it's kind of like fairly expensive compared to like 12 gauge. It's like the same price. And it's like, oh well. But I didn't have any 10 gauge, or sorry, I do have 10 gauge. I didn't have a 410, so I went and got one. Yeah, Academy. But yeah, for 16 gauge, check Ammo Seek, and it'll kind of search all the people that sell online. Let's see, not my local store. They was out. Yeah, a lot of them are out of 410. My Walmart's out. My Gun and Pawn has it. I don't know about the other little gun store. But yeah, I'm just live in a small town. There's always the custom and semi-custom ammo companies for hard to find stuff. Yes, like this one here. Both of these. Well, sorry, all four of those. This one is made by Venture Munitions, or Venture Heritage right here. This one is made by Buffalo Cartridge. And then one of them also make the 2520. This is the 3220. These are some rare brand too. 38 long Colt, 38 short Colt. Have you tried Ammunition Depot? Not yet. For him, I'm not sure. Been trying to find 30 carbine for my 1M. Way too expensive. I know. I hear that. I've thought about buying one. They're hard to find in the first place. My one local gun in Pawn had one for, it was the Postal brand, made by Postal, I guess. I think it was a 48 or 49, something like that. It was just so outside of World War II. They wanted $1,200, which I thought was pretty good. Hey, welcome Raul. Raul Manderson. All we need to talk about is the Model 99. Oh, there it is right there, brother. You see it. You got a good eye. And it is chambered in the 300 Savage. Very beautiful gun. It's my, it's one of those kind of interesting looking lever actions. Mine's the model that has the jeweled shiny as well as the little round counter right there, the teeny hole that when you put the bullets in, it spins this little, oh, what would you call it? Kind of like a round shaped thingy somehow that like counts how many bullets are still in there. Let's see. I love the rotary. There we go. Sorry, my brain had a fart there. Yes, rotary magazine. Yes, and it's brass. That rotary magazine is pretty cool. I was going to unbox something I got in the mail, but I don't think I'm allowed to because of what it is. I don't think you're allowed to mess with what's in that on a live. 9mm 45. Silas Walsworth. Thank you for coming by. It depends on what you need it for. I like both. Good shooters. I got one in 300 and in 308. I wish that was a 308. It's more rare, easier to shoot, obviously, ammo-wise. I usually use Smith & Wesson Model 10 and 38 Special. Nice. Good for you. Brain farts are a good sign that you know a lot, so brain farts with no worries. Okay. Or it means you're getting old. For self-defense, 9mm or 45. Guys, Silas Walsworth is asking a question. 9mm or 45 ACP for self-defense. What's your guys' opinion? God's caliber or no? Which one should we go for? Great channel. Glad to have found you. Thank you. Thanks for coming by. You're welcome. And we are live 6 p.m. every day, unless I say not. Arizona time, 6 p.m. And then we also take requests. Maybe you want to see something. Ask if I have it. If I have it, I'll put it on the table in the following live. These were requests, a lot of this. So I put it on the table. Great channel. Okay, I already said that. 45 ACP all the way. What I don't like about 45 ACP is the gun's usually bigger and heavier for carrying. Unless you're doing like on a holster, I probably would go 45 ACP with the 1911. But if you're wanting to EDC like in the waistband, I think a smaller one would be easier, as in like a 9mm. So it all depends what the person likes, what they would prefer. Yeah, it's all up to you guys. But yeah. Let's see here. Guys, 24 of you in the chat right now. Appreciate you coming by. If you like this stuff, double tap that screen. Subscribe. We do shorts of shooting, shorts of talking about guns, shorts of caving, shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my work. I'm a handyman, so if you like that type of stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. We'd love to see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Arizona time. They had a Ruger LCP for 160. Which model is it, though? Which generation? Because there's some that weren't that great at the LCP. Certain generations weren't as good. The current one is definitely a good one. I believe so. Let's see here. What else did I have? Did I have a more rare one? This is kind of rare. I'd say this is somewhat rare. I wouldn't get it if it's the first gen. A Tuckeroff? They're a little rare, right? We can put that one on the counter. Forgot about that one. They're kind of rare. George, what time zone are you in? I'm on the East Coast, Eastern time. George is in Mexico, so he's probably almost 8 o'clock, I think, where he is. It's hard to really choose with how many bullets have evolved. You can get 9mm now that expands as much as an inch in diameter. Yes, you're right. That's where I'm like, well, then does it really matter? You do have more knockdown power pressure with a 45, even though it's slower. It goes bigger bullet. But yeah, the 9mm, they got so many good 9mm defense rounds. Yeah. Or even the 380. Like my 380 2.0 Bodyguard, there's certain rounds that are really good. One of my EDC concealed carry sidearms is a full-size 1911, although not everyone can pull it off. Well, where do you put it? Do you like under the arm holster? Because you could do it with that. Other than appendix, I don't know how you'd put it unless you're carrying it in a holster. It'd be a little bit hard, I would think, or more hard because they're kind of fat. Well, they're not too fat compared to a revolver, but. Thank you guys for the subscriptions. It means a lot to the 2A community, to my channel. I've been doing lives for about 3 weeks now. Doing shorts for about a month and a half, 2 months. A Gen 1. I would say leave it. Or do your research and see which one's better. That's a nice gun. A CZ75 P01 is a pretty nice gun. CZ's got nice guns. I have 2 CZs. I have a CZ52 that shoots the Tucker off. Hey, thanks for the subscription. And then I have a CZ17 HMR model, what is it, a 452? Inside the waist, small, a back shoulder holster. Okay. The 120 grain, 9mm serious load from Discreet Ballistics is one and worth checking out for hand loaders. They do have 40, 10mm, and 45 options too. Okay. I'm screenshotting that. We'll look it up because I'll probably start loading some 10mm because I was able to get a box of 10mm and a box of 9, I think it was, of just the bullets, FMJs, really cheap on Gunbroker. I think I got 500 of each one, or was it 1,000 of each one for like 282 or something like that. So 2,000, yeah, I think it's 2,000 bullet tips for 285 for just the projectiles. I thought that was fairly good for 10mm especially. Welcome, La Colt 45. Welcome back. How are you doing this evening? And what is your rarest round or caliber that you have or have collected? It was one of the things someone wanted me to put on the table tonight. And so we did. Our rarest calibers that I have, about half of them I can shoot. The other half, I don't have anything that can shoot them. It's just something I've collected over the years, but yeah. And you know, double tap that screen if you like this stuff, folks. Subscribe. We really appreciate all 27 you in the chat. Means a lot to us. And any of you do hand loads? Do any of you do reloading? I just started doing some. I do my 338 Lapua. I do my 25 rimfire. I make those from a 17 WSM. I load my 25-20s and my 32-20s. I have dies for some other stuff too. For large frame top break, I'm restoring. Sorry, the rest of it didn't come up. Definitely they use 32-20 rifles as well. Yeah, I have a 32-20. This rifle right here is a 32-20. It's a model 92 hex barrel made in 1895. And then I have a pistol that shoots it right there. I'm still looking for 44s. 44 Magnum rounds. I've gotten mine from my local gun and pawn has them. They're kind of expensive. And then my local swap meet has them sometimes. Oh, Russian. No, Russian. Are you here in the States? I don't think you were. You were somewhere else, right? Were you the one in Australia? Oh, it's a top break. Yeah, like these. I got a couple top breaks here. These 3 are top breaks. Those are the 3 top breaks I own. This one's a 32 Smith & Wesson short. This one's a 38 Smith & Wesson. And that one's a 38 Smith & Wesson. That's what they shoot. That's the 38 Smith & Wesson. As in 38 Smith & Wesson short. They're extremely rare. They're right there. I got 2 of them. They're Peters brand. But I forget where you are because I might be able to look around because I thought for sure my local pawn and gun, or gun and pawn, whatever you want to call it, had some 44 Russian. Argentina, yeah. Rarest hen's teeth. That's this round right here is Rarest hen's teeth. It is a 2520 Stevens single shot, or SS. Don't get it confused with this one, which is a 2520 WCF, Winchester centerfire. It's this one. Same size bullet, bigger cartridge though. The Cimarron may help you source parts for old American guns. I have a Cimarron 45 Colt. They even make barrels on traditional machines. Yeah, Cimarron's pretty cool. I like mine. Mine's like a 3-pound trigger or less. I managed to get my hands on some 38 Smith & Wesson shorts. That's what these are. Those are 38 Smith & Wesson shorts. Longs, I don't know if I've actually seen any here in the States. There might be some. Let's see here. Show up my top break, so it's all not all bad. Good. Yeah, that's what these two. This one right here shoots the shorts, and that one does too. This is Ivor Johnson. Sorry, my screen's blacking out. This one's an Ivor Johnson here. Cycle works, so is that one. That one's the 32 long though, Smith & Wesson. This one is the it's called a Safety Police triple action or triple safety, and that one's chambered in 38 as well. That one, what brand is that one? That one's an Allens and Hopkins or something like that. And then this one over here shoots the 32 Smith & Wesson long as well. That's a Colt. I like to make some target grips like the one on that top break. Oh, this one? Yeah, those are pretty nice. Someone made them. It came with them. Someone did a pretty good job, I think. A little bit bigger, you can get a better grip. What are your suggestions to get someone going to start reloading? Get your equipment. Like I got this one and a smaller one on eBay for like $181 for 2 loaders. This one can do up to 338 Lapua. You can't do 50s. And I got my dies off of Marketplace. Do you have anything in the 3840? I do not. That would be a lever action. The rarest lever action I have, well, I don't know if it's rare, but this one is a 2535. So it's pretty much a 3030, just a little smaller. I was looking at the 3840s the other day online because I was like, I really like my levered actions. Is rating for a good price, as well as a 4570. Disassembled 22 on the ground. Oh, down there? That's a disassembled 22. It's 2 different models. One's a what is it? They're Remington Speedmasters or something. One's the older model, and one's the newer model. I need to get some more parts to put them together. This one down here is not a 22. That one is a 12 gauge shotgun. We're working on that one. What are your okay? Yeah, for reloading, like I said, I would buy your dies. So a lot of my dies here I got from Marketplace. I got like 10 dies for $40. Guy gave them to me super cheap. The other one is if you get Lee dies online from Amazon, you can get them for 40 something a piece. I did that with some of the ones I couldn't find used. Savage 99, the finest lever action ever invented. Yes, they are very very elegant looking, my liege. Right? Very. That one's a 300 Savage, which is I think the most common that they made in it. Someone here just said they had a 300 Savage and a 308. What do you think of 16 gauge? I think it's the same thing as this 300 Savage here. It's kind of like that middle child. That 270 of this or 308 took its place, or the 6.5 Creedmoor. Never really took off the 300 Savage. The 16 gauge is kind of the stepchild in between 20 and 12, and the gauge is more expensive and harder to find. So it's like, why get it? I have one. Kicks almost as much as a 12 because that double barrel. Mine's this double barrel on top there. It's a Zastava M75, I believe, made in Yugoslavia. That's the top one here, 16 gauge, double barrel. It kicks good. My nephew shot it. He likes shooting. He's 14. I think he was 14 when he was here. Maybe he was still 13. Favorite lever action is a Marlin 336. What's it chambered in? 3030? I don't have any Marlin levers. I have a Marlin shotgun that's called the Original Goose. The barrel's like 36 inches. Fits 2 in a metal mag and 1 in the chamber. It shoots the 3-inch magnums. Arthur Savage, after getting bored with firearms, went on to be the first to invent and patent the radial tire. Really? I did not know that. I'm going to have to look that up. Were the first tires called Savage Stones instead of Firestones? That's a cool name, though. I mean, if you think about it, Savage, and it shows a picture of an Indian head. I have a, let's see, that's a Savage here, and then I have a 22. That's my first rifle I ever bought and registered to my name when I was 18, and I'm 35 now, so I've had it a while, 17 years. It's a Mark II lever bolt action 22. So many lever guns. Do you have a mare's leg? I do not. My local cow ranch, they have two of them. They have a 45 Colt and a 357. They're kind of pricey. The patent was in North America. Someone had dealt a different patent in Europe. Oh. So eventually they figured that all out, I guess, to take care of that. Let's see, I did a short of shooting that 300 just last Saturday if someone wanted to see it, as well as my 338 Lapua sniper. I tried to do my lever action. See, I have a lever action 10 gauge right here. It's like the model 1887, but this is the newer one, the 1901, made in 1901, and this is a 10 gauge. But unfortunately, the people who bought it at the gun store probably didn't know the firing pins broke. So they didn't know about it. They didn't tell me. And the firing pins broke. So we weren't able to shoot it. Henry makes some 410 lever guns. Yeah, those are cool. In a mare's leg? Okay. Yeah, that would be fun. Actually, there was first and tires were Michelin. Don't know. I never really did much research on tires like that. Hey guys, we got one more subscription right here. Thank you so much for that. It means a lot. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen. It's called the Axe, I think. Is it tactical? Excuse me. Tactical looking? I think most of Henry's aren't. What's good? God's good. Brookside Farm. Thank you for showing up. How are you doing, brother? How's the weather? We've been having it's been drizzly almost all day. It stopped now, but drizzly a lot, wet. It was like 67, 66 when I was coming home at like 4:40 this evening. No, it's an old school walnut and brass lever gun. Okay, nice. I'm not a huge brass / golden boy look. I prefer just the blued with the wood. I don't think I have any. I have one teeny little 22 that shoots those 22 shorts or CBs that I took apart so I could clean it up lightly and put it back together. Your streams have been going crazy. Keep it up. Yeah. Today was probably a little worse than yesterday so far. Oh, someone took one of their subs away. Sorry about that. I don't know who did that. You have a 303 Savage and a 300 Savage. Yeah, the 303 I think is even more rare to find ammo for than 300. I did see a box of it, an old one, at a swap meet. Person liked the 303 Savage over 3030. Really? Okay. Both come out in the 1895. 3030 shot at 160 grain and the 303 at 190. So I have some 3030s that are 170 grains, 160, 150. Oh, no, 150 is a Savage. Yeah, I have some 170s. Those are my heaviest 170s. 190 for a 303. I have a 303 British. Those are 174 grains. Have you been able to source a new firing pin? I haven't looked it up yet. Would you be able to find one for me or a source? I haven't looked it up. Or are you going to attempt to repair the original? No, I think it's totally snapped, so I don't think you could fix it. I haven't taken it apart. But yeah, if you look at it, down in the hole where the firing pin would be, it's tucked in back in there, so it's snapped off. Someone unsubscribed. I don't know who did that. Well, give me a hanky, please. But yeah, Numerex or whatever, should I try them, or what place should be the best for a lever action 10 gauge model 1901? I suppose it's the same firing pin as the 1887. Numerex, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. It's a 1901 model, made in 1901, so it's the first year they made that model. Maybe that's why it had problems. I reload about 20 different cartridges or calibers to just make my own 303 set. Good. Can you use the same tips you use on the 303 British? Any gun you're looking to get for your collection? I wouldn't mind getting a lever action 3840, a lever action 4570, and a trapdoor 4570. Pistol wise, I've been looking at the Echelon a little bit. Right now, my local gun, Cal Ranch, has one with 5 mags, a holster, a bag, and a red dot for $5.99 buckaroos. That's a pretty good deal. The Echelon. Trying to think what else I was recently looking at on the brokers online. I like old stuff. I got all sorts of old stuff. What else was I looking for recently? But yeah, those ones would be probably the ones I would be looking for more. I would love to get a Model 94 or 92 4570, but they're old and expensive. But like a Craig. There you go. That would be neat. What caliber are those? I forget. Were they 54? No, they're not that big. They're an odd number, I thought. Kind of like a 243 Winchester or something. I'd take the deal. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a good deal. Normally it's 8 something or 7 something. A 3040. Is that what it's? Okay. 3040 Craig. My gun and pawn, they carry that ammo, a Craig. I've never seen the gun there though, but yeah, they do carry the ammo for it. I think they have 2 sections of that because they have some sections of ammo they got from a gun store that closed down, and then they have their section, which is huge. No, the 303 Savage uses the same as a 308. Really? As a 30-30. Let's see, diameter bullets as a 30-30 versus the 312 diameter for the 303. Okay, gotcha. 100% gotcha. Did not know that. Yeah, every once in a while I'll take out my calipers here. Like we were trying to figure out what's an equivalent for the 7.62 by 54R. And so we were taking this out one day on a live, measuring them. And we found out that the 308 is like a parent cartridge. It's almost the same measurements. A 303 British is just a teeny bit smaller, but a longer cartridge. I'd actually prefer the 303 British over a 308 if you get it better, because I have a 303 British Lee Enfield right there from 43. That thing is so accurate. Like, versus, I do have a 308 here, but I've only shot like 8 shots out of it, got it used. Don't really need it. So I need to load it off somewhere. Let's see here. I suppose you can hear me. I don't know if the chat froze or not. Today it's been going so far fairly well. Yesterday it had 2 glitches, I think. You guys hear me okay? Put a 1 in the chat so I can see if the chat's working. There we go. I can see it. Thank you. Thank you. So I take requests, by the way, if no one's heard that yet. Say if you ask me if I have a 45 ACP 1911, and I say yes, if you ask that in the comments, it'll be here on the table. If you want to see, it'll be here on the table tomorrow's live. But if I don't have it, obviously I can't show it to you. Are you left-handed, seeing as many lever actions you have compared to bolt actions? I'm actually both. I use my left, my right. I can shoot with both. Thanks, Colt. Do you have any double rifles? Like what do you mean by double? Like shotguns? Yeah, back here. Side-by-sides? Thanks, Chris. I don't have any over-unders. I don't really like over-unders. I prefer doubles. I love the old look with the exposed hammers. And I work on quite a few. Like, I have 2 right here I'm working on. This one needs a forearm and a little work on the barrel. This one I got a butt coming in for it, but I need the springs and trigger setup. And this one down here, I'm slowly restoring welding parts on it to tighten it up. I do not. That would be cool. I do not have any double barrel rifles. Those are just so expensive. My local gun store had one. It was like 15 grand though. It came with the box still. It had 2 different barrels where you could shoot shotgun out of it, or the special, I think it was it the 375 H&R? I can't remember. Generally 303 Brit and 7.62 by 50R use the same diameter projectile. Gotcha. Yeah. Let's see. Well, was there a variant that was a little more rare that was different for the 7.62 by 54R? Possibly, yeah. I might get a loading thing for those because I really like shooting in my Mosin. It's fun. It's a carbine, so. Any classic pump actions? I have some pump actions in there. I have an old Sears and Roebuck Model 1200, a Remington Model 1200. They're made by the same company, by the way. And then I have a Weatherby 20 in there. Those are the three I have. Let's see. Ithaca 37, the 1897, the Model 12 such. I'd like to request that next stream. Which? What would you like to see? My old shotguns? They're, let's see, Sears and Roebuck is from the 50s. Weatherby's probably from 2012, maybe, so it's not super old. The 1200 Remington is probably from the 80s. I plan on owning a lever. Good. What type you getting? Sounds like copy of Cartridge of the World. Would you be best friends? Yeah, right. Eastern Washington. What size bullet is for 8mm Mauser? It depends what year. So my 8mm Mauser is supposed to take these, but it does take normal size too, is what I normally shoot in it. My local gun and pawn has a whole bunch of these boxes, 7x9.2. But that depends what year yours is. Mine's an early one. Hey, what's going on, Frederick Schrader? All right, so let's see. Single actions. This one's a single action. It's a Allens and Hopkins 38 Smith & Wesson. This one's a single action. It's a 357 Magnum Ruger Blackhawk. And then I have a single action 22 in there. That's just a Rough Rider, Heritage Rough Rider. And then I have a 45 Colt Cimarron in there. There were some American-made Mosins that used through. I heard about that. Let's see here. The Sears. Okay, let me write that down. The Sears, yeah, I think it's from the 50s. It's a Model 1200, which is the same as the Remington 1200. S&B shotgun. Hey, welcome, Forest Monster. How you doing? Do you have anything chambered in 300 Win Mag? I do not, or 460. No, I do have something. Thanks for the subscription, by the way. I have a 338 Lapua. That would be the closest. That would be in between those two. I believe so. So here's a 338 Lapua right here that I loaded with a hunting round head. It's not the match grade. The case was a match grade, but when I shot it, I reloaded it with a hunting round. Yeah, thanks. That's a sniper. They go roughly, I think some people have gotten them to go 2 miles. What brand should I get with lever action? If you want a modern one, get a Henry or a Rossi. That bottom one there is a Rossi made by Taurus 3030. I've had it since 2012, I think. Hey, Mark, welcome. You're welcome. No worries, brother. Thanks for having me. Thanks for answering my stupid questions. No worries, brother. Hey, no question's a stupid question. Right? Oh, wait, maybe there's a few. So, let's see. Who was that wanted to see my... Where's that at? It's a cartridge overview with some brief history. That sounds nice. Who was it that wanted to see the Sears? La Colt 45. La Colt 45. So I make requests. So if someone wants to see something and I have it on the table, come back tomorrow 6 p.m. Arizona time, and I'll have it here on the table if I have it. Ask in the, what do you call it? In the, drawing a blank, another brain fart, in the comments. Sierra 225 Pro Hunter in the 338 Poo. Actually, I think that's what those are. Let me see. Oh, gotta get down on my knees here. Let me get my box. Oh, there goes some of my box with ammo. All right, guys, sorry about that. So here's what they are. They are 225s. They're Spear, though. That's what's in those. 8mm Mauser true diameter is slightly smaller than 8mm. Yes, it's technically 1.92, I think. What's that little pistol on the lower left? This one here? That's one of those Saturday fly-by-night Lorsons. I got it for super cheap. It doesn't really work. It needs some help. I need to grind the feed ramp. Hey, good night, Mark. Thanks for coming by. A car CW9. I don't have any cars. Other than I do have a Ford Fusion that's a car, but a different car. uh, I don't have any cars. I hear good things about them, that most of them are pretty good. Other than that, I'm not sure. Hey, thanks for subscribing, whoever did. 541. Guys, if you like this stuff, please subscribe. That's our subscription counter right there. And we got some likes. We appreciate that. The 8x57 used to have a bore diameter of .318 prior to 1905. After that, all military rifles were rechambered to .323. Let me check that real quick. Because mine is a 19... Hey, welcome, Michael Smithing. How you doing? Let's see here. Because I have... Let me get out my little calipers here. So here's my 8x57 right there. The actual 8x57 right there. Oop, not far enough in. Right there. There we go. That's what I would shoot through mine sometimes. But I also have these old box of Yugoslavian 7.92s in clippers still. What do you call these things? Stripper clips? They're pretty wicked looking. Let me do some measurements here. Yeah, Michael, welcome. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. All right, so these ones here, if I can get one of them off, these are the old ones. Let's do a reset here. Put that in. Here we go. So here's the old one. Hey, what's up, Don J and A. Smith? So what does that say? 309 is these really old ones. And the new one is just barely bigger. Just by a fraction. Let's go back to what he was saying. 323 were the old ones. I mean the new ones. That's pretty close. And then the old ones you said were supposed to be 312. It's 318. So yeah, these are similar to the old ones then. I mean, they say on the box .92. But I don't know how. It's fairly accurate, I guess. Let's see here, folks. Let's put these back on the stripper clip. Yeah, I got 2 boxes of these originals from Yugoslavia. What do we got in the chat here? A. Smith, welcome. Don't get the notification again. Sorry, brother. I know. I just got one for FAL, man, so I know his is working. Let's see here. What up, Don J? The clouds, my roof, el techo, y los cielos. ¿Y qué más? ¿Y qué más? Y mi sombrero. I'm looking in my cartridge of the World 12 edition. It shows 3110 for 303 Savage. It's listed with Sammy. So I stand corrected. 310 apparently was called a 301 Savage in England. Huh. Your calipers are off. Could be. They're definitely not styrites. Whatever they call it. Stirret. Hey, Pistol Pete. Thanks for sharing the love. So your rarest Camden, welcome to the chat. Your rarest caliber is a 41 Swith. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. Here's a subscription counter. Thanks for coming by, Mr. Camden. So we got that stuff here. We got all sorts of stuff. Some military stuff there. Sniper rifle. 9x22R for the Japanese type. Oh, okay. That is a pretty rare one. I've never heard of that. Is that the, that one, the Namba? Namba? Is that what it's called? Oh, that's a semi-auto. That's not a revolver. With a box of ammo. Nice. I don't own any of those. These are all, what you're talking about, the Japanese revolver. I don't have any of those. Sorry I missed Monday Live. Had a date. Oh, tell us all about it. Robert, welcome. No worries, brother. A Nambu. Yeah, that would be a semi-auto, though, isn't it? Because if it's a revolver, they're pretty reliable unless the timing gets off. Welcome, Robert. Thanks for coming back. No worries. Real life's more important than watching me or hearing me. Depends if you ever seen me or not. Maybe you have. If you haven't, ta-da! Here I am. How's it going, folks? Desert Armor and more. Thanks for stopping by. Double tap that screen. Really easy to do. Hardly even hurts. Doesn't at all, actually. Appreciate you coming by. And subscribe. Type 26. Thank you. Thank you, yeah. But yeah, I got something in the mail that I wanted to open up on the live, but I don't think I'm allowed to. It's not ammo and it's not guns, but it's an accessory of a gun. And I thought someone told me you're not allowed to mess with magazines. Nambu Type 14. So it is an Nambu, it's just not the one I was thinking of, the semi-auto. That's pretty neat. I don't have any Japanese things. I almost got an Arasaka. It was missing the mem though. I forget what year it was. He had like 250 rounds. I don't think he had a dies, but he had like 250 rounds. It was at a swap meet. And an Arasaka for 600 buckaroos. And if I had it, I should have got it. So according to Cartridge of the World, 857 JS Mauser. And GI7 rim Mausers have diameters 0.23. Yeah. Type revolver Malibu. Okay, thank you. You can have mags. I don't know. Someone recently told me that. Thanks, Smith. Michael, I'm not sure. Someone told me recently that you're not allowed to. Because, like, I have a package here that I was going to open up of something that came in the mail that I ordered for my MP7. But I thought I heard someone said that, hey, Paul White, welcome, that you can't mess with magazines on lives. Is that true? Well, I get blocked, I get blocked. Guys, we're opening up some magazines here. All right, guys, there we go. They had them on sale for, yep, for that, which also fits my MP5 clone. Hopefully they work okay. They were $30-something a piece instead of $50-something a piece. They were 20% off. You can hardly see them anyways, right? Got two of them, because I only have one. Maruda? Is it a Maruda? What do you mean Maruda? Sorry. There it is at work. I love those books. Yeah. Is it a Maruda? You're talking about that other thing. Forgot off the top of your head. Okay. What about the bottom of your head? Maybe it's there. Yeah, right. Second Amendment. Yeah. Well, YouTube is gay, and they don't like Second Amendment, so they do stuff all the time with us 2A guys. But then they'll have channels with people with half clothed that have millions and millions of views and subscribers, and they don't even block them. The Japanese cartridge, the 6.5 Arasaka. Excuse me. Or you're talking about those other oddball ones. Yeah, for real. It's sad. It makes no sense. Like, you do that in public, it's called indecency, and you get written up. You do it on here, they're fine with it. But then you can't do 2H content. One of those are Rossi. No, those are not Rossi's. The only Rossi I have, Paul White, is that lever action on the bottom with the scope. Someone the other day was like, why'd you put a scope on it? It's just a brush gun. I'm like, well, you try shooting 250 yards without a scope. See how accurate you are. But yeah, I can do 350 with that at 6-inch circle. That's not too bad. At least for 30-30. What is the Savage chambered in? You want to take a guess? You want to take a guess? It's that box right there. Right there. I'm at the wrong angle for you to see it. Right there, just buried at the top of the screen. 300 Savage. So, Paul Witt, do you remember one of the questions you asked? If you could see, your request was... Sorry for my chicken scratch here. old ammo types and H&R revolvers. So we put all our old ammo types and rarer cartridges, including a whole bunch of little ones here, that oddball. And I believe this one here and that one here is made by H&R, a parent company of H&R. The rest are not. I thought one of them were. Let me take you off the stand. I thought this one here was H&R, but it's H&A, which is Hopkins and Allen. Anyways, let's go over these cartridges a little bit. That way, if someone wants to know what's what. All right, so there's an old box of 7.92. It's similar to a Mauser. This one here, that's a 22 LR, but next to it is a 22 Winchester automatic. They only made it for one rifle in 1903, the model 1903. Those two there, the one on the right is a 22 mag, but the one on the left is like a 22 mag short. It's kind of weird. That's a Tucker-off, not too what do you call it, rare. Those two are 25 rimfires. One's a long, one's a short. Those are 32 Colt longs. That's a 22 Hornet. They're a little hard to find. That one's a 41 Colt. That one's a 38-40. Those two there are the 38 Smith & Wesson shorts. That's a French rimfire 9mm. That's a rimfire 9mm shotgun Flowbert. This is rare as hen's teeth. This thing right here. It's called a 25-20 Stevens single shot. I've got some of those if anybody needs any. 32-20, not too rare. You can find them still. 25-20 is kind of hard to find. These are kind of weird. You can shoot these in a 357 mag. They're pretty much a rimmed 9mm. These two right here, the short and the long. These you can still buy. They're a little hard to find. 32 Smith & Wesson long, 38 Smith & Wesson, and the 300 Savage. H&Rs look pretty. Yeah, I believe these are made by H&R. This one and this one. I don't think they actually say that, but that's what they were made by, the company. I was trying to do some research on them for you. But yeah, I thought that one was an H&R. I ended up just putting all my old revolvers, pocket size, and a little above, because these two are a little bit bigger. Have any 25 ACPs? Yes, those two right there are. That's a Jennings, which is okay. That's a Lorson. Yeet the thing at him after the first shot. First shot, it'll get him. The second one, throw the thing at him. You're good. Just aim good. With the gun, like throw the thing. That's a fun and interesting cartridge collection. Thank you. Here's a whole bunch more, but most of those are normal. I think I put all my oddballs up there. Just coming again. This is a Four Things. Yes, FL Man is alive. Good night. Bye, bro. Okay, thanks for coming by. See you later, my boy Jerome. Thank you for coming by. I like the silver one. Of the 25s, that's a Jennings. That one works okay. Unfortunately, I do not know. I believe this one is plated zinc, but this one I think might be cast aluminum with a steel frame, or something like that. It's a little better made. You can take a looking at it. Yeah, Paul White. That thing's nice. That's a 300 Savage lever action, model 99. It's got the little rotating what do you call it, magazine in there, and a round counter right here. Right now it says 0 because nothing's in it. It also has a little pin up here that pops up when it is cocked. Or what do you call it? Cocked? I guess. I don't know. Sometimes when you use that word, they don't like you. Let's see here. Did you request something else, brother? Oh, no, those two. Someone requested the Saturday Fly by Nights. That was Rainbow Wambot. And then next week, someone wants to see my Sears and Roebuck shotgun on there. It's my oldest shotgun I have of a pump. Let's see. I have 11mm Mauser, and I want a Gewehr. Even nice Gewehr. 11mm Mauser. I've heard of those. Let's see. Did anybody? I thought someone new came in the chat. Then, no, you guys are all in here. Okay, guys. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen. Our subscription count has not gone up. It's been that way for a little while, probably like 20 minutes or more. So if you guys are new to the channel and you like the stuff, could you subscribe? We'd really appreciate it. And double tap the screen. Maybe you like military stuff. We have a few military things here. Let's get you off the stand here again. Well, we also have this 357 mag. Someone asked for that a while ago, and I was able to find it. 2 Colts there. We've got a 10 gauge lever action right there. We got these 2 Flowbert 9mm. We got a Mauser. We got a 303 British, number 4 Mark 1, an SKS. We got a Mosin Nagant, excuse me, 338 Lapua sniper rifle, a Project 20 gauge. Well, it's technically a 12. They sold me the wrong one or something. 32 rimfire, Remington rolling block, number 4. We got a PCP there, pellet gun, 25 mil. Tactical shotgun in the back, 12 gauge. Got all these lever actions here, all sorts of years. Can you guys hear me? I think it might have froze up again. 308. We've got a, what do you call it? Kalashnikov AK. Single shot, 410. We got an old Kentucky rifle that we're going to figure out some stuff about it. 2 shotguns we're working on. 5.77 Schneider there. It's made by Enfield. And we got our double barrels. Yes, sir. Okay, you can hear me great. And we got some goodies in there and a couple in the cases down there. Not all those are filled up. Some are. Hey, guys, someone subscribed. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the 8mm Naboo. There's also a Papa Nambu in 8mm. Never heard of that one. We need to have Papa Pew Pews buy that one, right? Oh, here we go. What do you got here, Eastern Washington? Camden, the baby Nambu was chambered in 7mm Nambu, and the full-size Nambu auto pistol was chambered in 8mm. Interesting. Huh. Learn something new every day, folks. Tell you that. Tell you that. Where'd my drink go?
I don't know. Where did it go, mate? Where'd your drink go? There it is, on the bookshelf.
Let's see, guys. Do you have any M1895 Nagant gas seal chamber revolver? I do not. I do not have any of those. Those are pretty cool. Where it like rocks the bullet into the face of something and seals it off. Those are pretty cool. They're kind of rare though, and have fun finding ammo for those. The 3 Nambu versions are the baby Nambu in 7mm, the Type 14, and in 8mm Nambu and the Papa Nambu. Cool. And you say, are those all revolvers? Or I know one's semi-automatic. Arms Room 24 has one. They're known for jamming. They're not known for being reliable. I find it hard to believe you don't have a cat ball revolver. I do not. I've thought about looking. My local gun shop has ammo for that. Really? Good for you. Yeah, mine don't. My Gun and Pawn doesn't, although they have just about every other cartridge. And then the local little gun store just around the corner from me, Second Amendment Arms, they don't either. The other gun store closed down. The other pawn shop doesn't carry ammo. Cow Ranch wouldn't have that because that's new stuff. So yeah, or Walmart. I thought about buying a cap and ball, but I don't know if I'd want a modern one or try to find an old one that hasn't been converted. The only cap and ball thing I have is that Kentucky rifle that someday I want to get going. $12 in the chat. Thank you for showing up, people. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to our channel. If you're new, this is Desert Armory and More. We do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of my work. I'm a handyman. We do lives like this, talk about all sorts of stuff, questions. People ask questions, try to figure things out. We learn history about guns. Sounds like Camden, and I knew Eastern Washington knew a lot. Thank you guys for sharing this. We're learning stuff all the time. Modern, if you want to shoot off. Okay, gotcha. And then I do lives every evening, pretty much, unless I say otherwise. At 6 p.m. Arizona time. And I also take requests. Maybe you ask me if I have a 1911. I'll say yes, and it'll be on the table the following live. They're also known for going off of you press. So yeah, I have heard about that. Yeah, the you're talking about the one, the Nambu, the one Nambu. But yeah, double tap the screen, like the chat, and subscribe. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you got any requests, if I have it, we'll go ahead and put it on the table. If you want a closer look for next live. But yeah, we're dwindling down now. We're at an hour and 40 minutes. We only got 9 people in the chat. So yeah, the Nambu. Yeah. Arms Room 24 has one. He did a couple shorts of it. And yeah, it's pretty much single shot. Got a nice World War One. Nice. And that was called 1911 and not M1911, so pre-M1911. Nice. Arms Room has one from 1912, I believe. What's your favorite gun? So I tell people, I put them in categories. So my favorite semi-automatic pistol would be this TTI Canic right here. My favorite lever action would be this one right here. That's a model 92, made in 1895, chambered in 3220. My favorite bolt action is this Lapua. It's a Ruger Precision. I do not have a Colt Python. I don't know what my favorite semi-automatic is because I only have 3. I have an AR, an AK, and an SKS over here. My favorite shotgun is not out. It's my double barrel Beretta Silverhawk. Right there, I got a 357. Oh, you're asking the question, which one? Good question. Depends what you're willing to shoot. If your hands can take it or not. I have a 357 mag revolver. You just saw it. I don't have a 44 mag revolver. My 44 mag is a lever action, model 92. Sorry, model 94. It's not out. Colt Cobra. Those are nice. They just came out with a Colt Kodiak, right? I think that's... is that the one that... what's his name just got? Utah? Below average Utah dad. I think he just got the Colt Kodiak. It's a little cheaper than the Python or the Arcanas, Anacondas, or the Cobras. They just recently came out with it, I think. But anyways, what else was I going to say? I want a 351 double SL Winchester. That's the caliber, a 351? Huh. That would be kind of a rare cartridge, wouldn't it? A 351. WSL. Never heard of it. Gonna have to screenshot that one, look it up. Camden, don't Nambu make a machine gun as well? Good question. I have no idea. You guys would have better than me. No clue. I'll have to look that one up. I've never heard of a 351 WSL Winchester. It's like some of these cartridges, I didn't know what they were, so I did some research on them today, which is that 22 Winchester Auto. That was only for the 1903 Remingtons. Or this other one that's it's called a 5mm Remington Magnum. You ever heard of those? So that's a 17 HMR on the right. The one on the left looks fairly similar, but it's called a 5mm Remington Magnum, made in 1969 to 1974. I didn't even know they made that. Kind of an oddball round. And that one there that's off-colored is a 41 Colt. Let's see. Winchester had a whole family of WSL rounds. Huh, okay. Let's see. There are also 35 WSLs and 401. 351 Winchester self-loading. 30 pieces of brass. You have 30 pieces of brass of it. That's cool. As in semi-automatic is what you mean by self-loading. That's what they used to call it back then. Self-loading. Or repeater. They'd also call them repeater. At least the lever actions. What they call them, repeater rifles? Because originally, they were single shot. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, lever action, they call them repeaters in the old days. Where does this go, folks? Where does this ammo box go? Let's see, what weight are those 33s? They're PPU brand. 150s. Let's see, 14 people in the chat. It went up. Thanks for coming by, guys. If you like this type of stuff and what we're talking about, We got all sorts of stuff. We got all sorts of old looking pistols. 2 Saturday fly-by-nights right there. TTI Canic. Model 99 Savage. Chambered in 300 Savage. We got lots of lever actions there. We got a sniper rifle there. And if you like double barrels, there you go. I have one Beretta, but it's not a pistol. It's a 10 gauge Beretta Silverhawk made in 1960, and it's a model 409. It's in the safe here, in a sock. I would like a 264 Patterson. I think with it was competition with the M1 Garand. It is also some out of. Oh, that would be kind of cool. A Patterson. I should look that one up too. I think I've heard that one before. That's what I was. My screenshot got in the way. That's what I thought. Thank you, Camden. Corey says the history of the WSL round is pretty cool. They were used by French in World War I. They're connected to Bonnie and Clyde. Really? Okay. Pedersen. Oh, it's not a. I think I said Pedersol, which would be like Pedersoli is what I'm thinking. I'm sorry. Which is they made shotguns. Pedersoli. They're like a nice shotgun. Did you know that Tippmann Arms 9mm Gatling gun is on the California roster? Dude, for reals? I did not know that. I thought all the fun stuff like that was banned in California. There's a few things that really surprised me about California. They'll allow something like that, a Gatling gun, that technically you can spin that thing as fast as you want. Hey, what's up? Cool Edits. Welcome to the live stream, my brother. I guess your brother. Hey, you reacted to the message. I think you said something about what's up, guys, or something. I can't tell. Hi. Oh, hi. Welcome to you, Mr. Cool Edits. How you doing? Gatling guns are New York legal too. Really? Does it have to be certain chambering? Because I know they had them in, what he said. What was that? 9mm. And then they had them in 4570. The collector has a 4570. He also has a smaller one. I forget what that one's in. Somebody makes a really teeny one that shoots 22s, but you have to like put those bullets on the metal strips, and it takes forever because they're so small, you know. But that would be really cool. I saw was it 704 Tactical? I think bought one time. A little Gatling gun that shot 22s. It was like it was cool. How do you do a live? Just like this. No, you have to at least have 50 subscriptions, then authenticate your account, and usually wait between 24 hours and 3 days. It's made by Tippmann. Okay. So at least that's what you normally have to do for lives. 50 subscriptions, authenticate your account, wait 24 hours to 3 days. I know, right? Camden? Shh. Shh. Or put bigger gears on. Or smaller ones. Shh. Okay. Cool Edits. To do a live, you have to have at least 50 subscriptions. After that, you authenticate your account to prove that it's linked to you somehow. I think I had to go on their website directly to do that. After that, there's a waiting period of 24 hours to 3 days. Then it should recognize it, and you can start doing lives. Mine took just over 3 days from after I authenticated it. Or sorry, after I got 50 subscriptions. I think I had 53. They have no cartridge limitations to my knowledge beyond the over 50 caliber been considering a destructive device. If it doesn't have any exceptions. So some people have those 37 flash bombs, or the 40 as well. I have an old gun that's bigger than a 50. It's a 5.77, but it's an antique, so it falls in the antique category. It's like a 1870 something. And gears have been made to adjust the fire rate. Yeah, I could just hire my brother-in-law. He has a machine shop to make faster gears for it. I don't know if cartridge limitations in Cali. Other than anything bigger than the 5.77 Martini is actually not what I have. I have a 5.77 Schneider, which is almost a straight wall jacket case versus a 5.7 Martini is actually called a 5.7740 or something like that. Eastern Washington has both of those. Those are like a trap door, I think. The Martini. Mine's a like a side gate. The Schneider. Yeah, I got one in the corner over here. So this one right here I have in the corner. We're in the process of, I need to make ammo for it. You use a 24 gauge brass, shorten it, anneal it, put it in your case dies, and then I have in this white box right here is a mold for lead, and then we can do that. You can get a 700 nitro. That's cool. I did not know that. Well, if you can find one of them, dude, those are so expensive. The rounds are like $50 a piece. Yeah, it is the top down with the Martini. Yeah, top and push in. Mine's a side door, the 5.7 Schneiders. And then you pull on this little thing to eject it. But yeah, we're in the process. Me and this older gentleman, he has a whole bunch of Springfield trapdoors that are, instead of 4570s, they're 5070s. Pretty cool. He's got a few of those and the 4570s. I think he's got one Henry Martini. Yeah, there it is. The 450. Okay, so I was saying 577, I think 40 or 45. That was close. Yeah, he's got both. And he uses, I believe, the 24 gauge brass as well to make them because they are so obsolete. Like, there is one company I saw on Gunbroker that has them pre-made already, but they're so expensive. When you can get the MagTech 24 gauge shotgun shells from, I think Buffalo Cartridge might have been where I got it. Or there's this other place that sells stuff too like that for loading. Hey, Pistol Pete's on. He was in here earlier. He showed some love to us. Came in, double tapped the screen. So I wonder how one of those kick. I mean, obviously I would put the Pyrodex ammo in my 5.77, but I don't know what they would kick like. What is your opinion of the Winchester model 1890? I don't know. I don't have one. Would that be a lever action? Probably. Guys, if you're new to the chat, this is Desert Armory and more. Hopefully you're doing great and having a wonderful evening. We do lives, we do chats, we do shootings. We got shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of my work I do. I'm a handyman. And we hopefully will do some dove hunting on Saturday. We'll see. With a 20 gauge Weatherby. Dove season started Monday, September 1st here in Arizona. Ends the 15th. That's the first. And then they have a middle for dove and then an ending season 2 that goes all the way to January. But yeah. And I also make requests. If you would like to see something on the table, ask if I have it. If I do, it'll be in the following live at 6 p.m. Arizona time we start. Slide action gallery gun. I do not have one of those. I think they're really cool. I'd love to get an original, but they're just so pricey. They also made those in the, or was it a lever action? The 22 WCF? Or not WCF. Or maybe that's what they're called. They're rimfire, but they're teeny bit shorter than a 22 Magnum, which actually is probably what that little round is. The 22 Mag minis that they made way back then. I forget what they're called exactly. There's a guy that sells 41 Swiss made from 8mm Lebel brass. Lebel's kind of hard to find though too. And 10 4x47 for the Italian Viterli. Nice. Yes, but mine has ejector issues, so I'm... Yeah, you were asking me if mine had problems. So I would try making ammo from 20 gauge, and it kicks like my trapdoor Springfield. Using 20 gauge brass for your 5.77, it fits? You're able to size it up that much? The Schneider will tick like black powder 4570 loads. Okay, I've never tried that. It's very close to the same bullet weight range and powder capacity. I don't own my guns. That takes rare. Okay. Welcome, Fell. Thank you for coming by. So, yeah, you mostly probably have modern guns, I take it. I mean, I do too, like that Canic there. That was a request as well, the Canic. I don't think he ever showed up. If he was an actually real guy. But, yeah, the request was to put my old, rarer cartridges on the table as well as my Saturday Fly-By-Nights, which is these two. as well as H&R revolvers, which I believe these two are made by H&R. And then I added all my old wheel guns that are more of a pocket style. And then my Model 99 Savage there. Yeah, thanks for coming by again, Phil. Double tap that screen. I believe you're subscribed, so we're all good there. Maybe you already double tapped. You might have. Which, if you did, we appreciate that a lot. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, guys. 13 of you in the chat. It just slowly dwindled down. I think the lowest we got down to is 9. I think the highest we had wasn't even 100, maybe 80 something. So it probably won't be quite as good as yesterday. I know the thumb count is, I think we had 99 or 100. Oh, it had to recalibrate there for a little bit. Bird got in the way of the signal. 15 of you now. Thanks for coming by, guys. It fits, but is a little tight. I would think so. I don't have any 20 gauge brass to try mine. Yeah, 24 is probably pretty much the same. Well, I'll catch you around. Have a good night, everyone. Corey, thanks for showing up. I believe this is the first time I saw you. I know Camden, this is the first time you show up. Thank you so much for coming. I might get a Swiss Virtual League carbine that are very rare, that are original. I think it is a Border Guard on second model. Okay. What do those run? Like 2,500 or something? Maybe even more. Some of those old guns just are expensive. And then the ammo is outrageously to find, or even you got to make it, so it's like a double whammy. But yeah. Anywho, do you know of the Colt model 1877? Nope. I do not, unfortunately. I take it it's a revolver, which most Colts were. I don't see myself owning any guns that's chambered in rare calibers. I've seen the prices of 8mm Nambu. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier, brother. Not the prices of them, more like the different varieties of Nambu. The only one I found that is a third model for 3K, that is 700. I'm not sure what the 700 is when it's 3K, so two different prices there, or maybe I'm misreading it, sorry. But yeah, 3K. Okay, I was thinking like 2,500. Yeah, 3K ain't cheap. The most I paid for a gun was my double barrel Beretta Silverhawk from 1960, model 409. That was 1,800 buckaroos. Now, this sniper would have been more than that, but it was a really good deal. It was 1,200 buckaroos with a case and 80 rounds, and then I got the scope for $420, and it's a $1,200 scope. Colt's first double action chambering is 38 long Colt. Well, there we go. Look, there's some 38 long Colt right there, brother. You can actually shoot it in the 357 Magnum. And then I believe it's fairly similar, the shorts at least. The 38 short Colt, you can actually shoot in a rim 9mm, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes you can find the Vestelli for 200 clams. Really? Oh, from RTI, Royal Towing Imports. Yeah, but I hear there's some things about them sometimes that aren't that great. Let's see here. The one on GB is 3K, and the one at a shop is 7. Well, are they like big difference? Quality wise or whatever? I saw a box of 8mm, 65 or 50 for 50 rounds. Well, that's not too bad. 50 for 50, that's only $1 a round. For an old World War II round, that's not too bad, honestly. 65, that's a little more. My father got a full auto MP40. Oh, dude, nice. Fun switch. Sweet. The one on RTI are Italian. Yeah, you said you want a Vertelli. Is that that sounds like it's Italian. It might be the wrong, you wanted a second gen. I think you said the one you saw earlier was a third gen. Yeah, a third model. You wanted a second. A Swiss. Oh, you wanted a Swiss. Yeah, you know why? Sorry, Italians. Swiss-made guns are better quality. They are. Those years, yeah, the Swiss and the Italians had one. Okay. But yeah, I think the Swiss would be a little bit better. like the Swiss-made Mausers were a little bit better than the Turkish that I have. Once a while, you can find the Swiss ones. Yeah, the Swiss are 10.4 by 38, and the Italian are 10.4 by 47. So that would be a longer. Let's see, that'd be a longer cartridge, right? The bullet's the same size, but the cartridge is longer. Huh. Interesting. So it'd be like a long action versus short action. But they call them the same thing, huh? The Vernatini or whatever you called it. What was that again? Let's scroll up. Viterli. Viterli. Something of the sort. I'm probably butchering it. I'm not Italian. I'm German. The ruffles. The rifles are common, but the carbines are very rare when you find them, or expensive. Oh yeah. Well, probably both. They're rare and expensive. Yep. Well, guys, there's only 4 of you in the chat. Well, just went up to 7. I don't know if that's going to say or not. We're at 2 hours, just so, and 49 seconds. Usually I start winding down about now, except the last 2 nights we did to 3 hours because it was going so well. So why stop? There are new bullets. This website reloads 8mm for the Nambu. It isn't old stock. They probably do that because it's so hard to find it, I assume. Yeah. Well, that's not bad, really. Maybe you should ask, well, he might get old ones. Arms Room 24, where he gets his. Maybe he gets it from the same place, but $1 a round for an old round like that. I mean, sure, it's about the size of a 9mm, a little bigger, but I don't think that's too bad. Would you consider purchasing a reproduction Quibley Sharps in 45-110? That's the single shot, right? Possibly. Yeah, the rifles can run from 400 to 1200 depending on condition and model. Like, there is a M81 for the Chile on GB for 350, but it's rough. Yeah, so you'd have to do like a light restoration, just to like do a nice cleaning, a nice wipe off, and maybe a linseed oil or something, oil stuff up, make sure it's functional if you wanted to, and then go from there. But even if that, though, at 350, it might have firing issue problems. Like, who knows? YouTube is trying to prevent comments. Maybe. I don't know. On mine it's working. What's his name isn't in here? Eddie. If Eddie was in here, all he has to say is California's banning rocks, and they kick him off. Yes, I've only seen one Swiss Viterli carbine on RTI, and it was 600 clams with no sights, which is probably a decent deal if it was okay condition. Let's see here. Why are they blocking you, Smith? But you stock up on 1,000 rounds, it just adds up. No joke, bro. Right. I'm not sure why you'd load up 1,000 rounds for one of those, though, because they are so inconsistent. Well, YouTube, depending on how you word something, they will, while you're typing it, it'll just disappear, and you got to retype it again or word it another way. I've had that happen before. It's kind of weird. But, yeah. Well, yeah, if you're new to the chat, guys, this is Desert Armory and More. I see there's 12 of you in the chat. Thanks for coming by. We talk about guns, history of guns. Maybe someone has a question about guns. Someone the other day asked, what's a good first rifle for deer hunting? That was last night, I think. I'm like, hey, Savage Axis, a Ruger American. Sure, those are kind of the cheaper ones, but they're extremely accurate. There's some Ruger Americans that are more accurate than some others that are higher end, twice the amount. And you get them half the price. Those were 2 we suggested. So we got stuff like that, you know. People starting their first hunts. They want to have a good gun. What's a good one that's cheap? Or handguns too. What's a good this, that, or the other? Winchester 70, 30-6. Nice. That'd be a good one. But yeah, there's quite a few. One that's a little more would be the Savage 120, is it called? And then if you can find a Remington 700 for a good deal, they're a little pricier. Tikas are a little more. Bergar obviously is a little more too. But yeah, for a good all-around, you can't beat a Ruger American. Get it in a 6.5, a 270, 30-6. For a deer, those will work. What's another one? There's one, 30-6, 270, 6.5 Creedmoor, or a 308. They'll take a deer down, no problem. A Weatherby, okay. Yeah, Weatherby would work. They're a little bit pricier too, though. But yeah, we have that type of stuff on these shorts. I mean, these lives, and then we do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my work. I'm a handyman. Shorts of just messing around, you know, have a good time. Yep. But yeah, just 10 of you in the chat. Let's see what we got. My favorite Vertoletti is the carbine first model. It looks like the early Car 98s with the flat end, with the muzzle and front sight flush. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yippers. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. We got 9 people in the chat. We're 2 hours and 5 minutes. If we had maybe like 25 to 40 people in, I'd probably keep it going. But we had 2 long lives last the other day. 3 hours yesterday because it was going so good, and 3 hours the day before. We get to see his cute puppy in the shorts. Yep. There's some in the shorts of him. Yep. Remington 222. I have heard of it. It is hard to find. I heard it was for the AR-15 originally. Really? That would have been kind of cool. 222 instead of the 223. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Yep. So yeah, thank you guys for coming by. Really appreciate support here. Not a lot of people in the chat now, so we're going to wind down. Thank you for supporting Desert Armory and more. We will be live tomorrow, Lord willing, 6 p.m. Arizona time. And if you made requests for something to be on the table tomorrow, it'll be here. Tomorrow's request, there was just one, which was my my pump action Sears and Roebuck from the 50s. It's a model 1200 made by Remington. So yeah. Oh, Mango, sorry, we're just winding down. I heard you were on a live too. Sorry, brother. I know, I heard you were on something. A Sane was telling me. It was as our something in the 80s. I don't remember exactly the date. Okay. Yeah, I've been on a little over 2 hours, and there's barely anybody on right now. So unfortunately, we're closing down. I'm sorry, Mango. The question of the chat was, what's your rarest chamber? And so someone requested for me to put all my rare chambers on the table. We did that, as well as Alan Hopkins. Sorry, these two right here. They wanted H&R revolvers, and someone requested my TTI. Anyways, I'm sorry. Thanks for subbing. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. No, A-Sing was the only one in here. Micah never showed up, so it was great. That was yesterday. That was getting so bad. Anywho's, thank you guys again for coming by. Thank you for the support. Double tap that screen before we end the live. Thank you so much for coming by to Desert Armory and more. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Trust God instead in those times of uncertainties. Thank you all for coming by. Till next time, folks. Sorry, Mango. See you tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Arizona time. Till next time. See y'all, folks.